गुड आफ्टरनून मुजीब सर.
गुड आफ्टरनून. अरे नमस्कार सर.
पहचाना?
अरे बिल्कुल सर.
कैसे हो?
बस सर बढ़िया है सर.
अच्छा, क्या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अच्छा है.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर.
एक साल हो गया अपने रिफ्रेशर को.
यस, एक साल कंप्लीट हुआ सर अभी. नवंबर में तब.
हाँ.
सर बढ़िया.
सिचुएशन ठीक है अभी?
सर के स्टार्ट करेंगे.
मुझे सर बाद में यहाँ सेट को तुमको बैठना पड़ेगा लास्ट के लिए. मैं आ जाऊँगा. सर लोग बहुत कम हो जाते हैं. Hello, Professor Jack. Yes, afternoon, sir. Afternoon. Just wait for 2 minutes. Many are joining, so we'll just wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start the session. Because continuous the figure are increasing because it's 2 o'clock now. People are coming after the lunch. Yes. Continuously just figures are decreasing. We'll just wait for 2 to 5 minutes. That will be good, so that the other student or should not miss your part what we are explaining.
Hi.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon to everyone. Now we
Good
start
afternoon.
with this. Now we start our second session with this beautiful quote by Albert Einstein. One machine can do the work of 50 ordinary men. No machine can do the work of one extraordinary man. I, Dr. Syed Mujib, on behalf of Sir Syed College, Aurangabad, would like to extend very warm welcome all of you in this one-day international seminar. Our today's eminent speaker is Dr. Jack Iko, a very special guest from Kenya. Dr. Jack is currently working as a professor at Cartania University, Department of CIT Physics, Kenya. He is having a teaching experience of 14 years and guided funded and non-funded projects at graduate and undergraduate students. He has published and presented many papers in national and international reputed journals and conferences and symposia. His area of research interest is IoT, Internet of Things, holography, optical fibers, optical instrumentation, image analysis, biomedical imaging. He has also applied for the patent in developing digital beam profiling utilizing phase retrieval from the hologram recorded. And today he will be sharing with us his knowledge. With that, I request all of you to give your full attention to Dr. Jack. Welcome, Dr. Jack. Over to you.
Dr. Jack, your mic is muted.
Hello? Your mic is muted. Please unmute your mic. Stop. Stop. That's all the best. Stop.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
My name is Dr. Jack Hiko from Karatila University in Kenya. My presentation is about implementation of IoT. And before that, I want to thank the Society College for inviting me and giving chance to have a talk in this conference. At the same time, I want to thank all my teachers in Society College, Afifsa, Aziza, and Mujibai, who was my senior when I was doing my bachelor. He helped me so much to tackle so many things. He used to give my notes, to give the notes to me. So let me start with the definition of IoT. Internet of Things is a network of interrelated objects that can collect and interchange data with one another. It's a very good definition of the IoT, that is the Internet of Things. The IoT is broadly the concept of connecting these devices, you'll see those devices, to the internet, to each other, and to the people. We have some characteristics of these things, and one of the characteristics is low cost, and the other one is quick to implement. I give an example. If you want to have to monitor your gate, instead of employing a soldier there, it would be very costly, paying him every month and maintaining him. And sometimes he can get sick, and it means that they do not have person to monitor your gate. So instead of that, you can connect the camera. And it is very easy because the cameras are very cheap nowadays. And to implement it, you just need to put the camera to the gate, get a memory, and then connect it to a screen, and you'll be able to monitor your gate. That's why I'm saying low cost and quick to implement these devices, the IoT. Now, when you come to implement, you have this idea in your mind and you want to implement that idea. That's where now the implementation comes. is the process of moving an idea from the concept. You have the concept in your mind that you want now to move that idea to the reality in business, engineering, and other fields. Implementation refer to the building process rather than designing process. So you need to take that idea into the reality. That's why we are saying building process rather than designing. You can design, but you're not implementing. And what we can encourage is implementing this IoT, especially in the business. And we'll come to that. Internet of Things can create information about the connected object. Now we can connect two sensors and tell the sensors to work together. One sensor can get the data of the house, assuming the house is getting hot, and then communicate with another sensor to open the fan or to open the window. So Internet of Things can create information, can create those information about the connected objects, analyze it. It has to analyze which temperature. If the temperature is high or the temperature is low. If it analyzes that one, then it can make the decision. Am I supposed to open the window? Am I supposed to open the fan or not? In other words, one can tell the Internet of Things is better than the internet itself. If you have an internet, you can Google, you can get the information, but you cannot connect with other devices, even in a remote area. So that's why we are saying Internet of Things are better than internet. Security cameras, sensors, vehicle building, and software example of things that can exchange data among each other. Let's see the recent technology. Maybe some of them you are not aware of. Nowadays we have fridges that can order groceries when the stock runs low. That is very simple because you can have a sensor which can measure the volume. So if the milk is getting down, then to a certain level, then you can tell the sensor to communicate with the guy who supplied the milk, and the guy will come to know that the volume has reduced, and you can bring the milk. The second one, we know that very well. We can regulate heating. If it is very cold, the temperature sensor will be there, so it will be able to regulate the lighting and heating. Lighting as well. Once the dark comes, you find some light automatically to maximize the energy efficiency. That is in another way. There's no need of light being on throughout. Or maybe the somebody who supposed to switch off the light sometimes can get late, can get delayed. So in that case, we can maximize the energy efficiency. We have the cars that can drive and park themselves nowadays. Another one which is not new is the wristwatch that can monitor the heartbeat and other vital signs. Already that one is in the market. So you can connect that one even to somebody else, so you can monitor somebody else somewhere, the heartbeat and other things. Can also tell about how the vehicles in a remote areas can move themselves if the conditions are not good. So all those can be connected, and one can know and can monitor the internet. So now the question comes, why should we implement IoT? Why do we need to implement this IoT? IoT offers many benefits, especially in industrial and social applications. For example, IoT can help to simplify business processes by connecting industrial machines to the internet through the cloud, reduce the fuel and operating cost by making equipment more available and productive, enhance power generation by better monitoring and predicting potential problems. Assume you have a big company and you want to employ some guys to monitor the temperature in the factory and maybe even the depth. And instead of that, you can have the sensors which can do for you. And now through the data that you are getting from those sensors, you can predict what would happen tomorrow. So that's why we are saying enhance power generation by better monitoring equipment and predicting potential problems. So this is one of the reasons that why we should implement IoT, especially in the business and industries. Improve healthcare work by helping workers to locate and use mobile equipment more efficiently. Because sometimes you find like young guys, nothing they're doing with the phone, maybe listening the songs and all that. But if there is a good it's a good things that they can do like this one, they can even get a job. You can employ them. Through the phone, they can monitor so many devices, optimize transportation operator and response by real time, overview a network operation, boost. That one will boost the sales by tracking behavior of real-time marketing and etc. So you're seeing why we should implement IoT. We know what is IoT, the definition of IoT, and why we are going now, why should we implement IoT? How to prepare for IoT implementation? As we know, advances in technology make it more cost-effective to deploy industry IoT. But what I'm saying again, industries, instead of employing human labor, you can exchange by implementing or installing many devices. We need to acquire a strategic approach to integrate new sensor data with pre-existing data environment. So industries, they need a strategic approach to exchange now the human labor with the IoT. Industries should seek simple integration with control, automation, and data analytics visualization software to harness the power of the industrial Internet of Things and realize attractive operational and competitive benefits of their business. So this is a very important and a very good point to those who would like to start the industry or those who have industries and they want to connect to the Internet of Things. They are very good point to them. Then, what do we require if we want to implement? One thing is things which is internet-enabled device. So you need a device which is internet-enabled. You need connectivity. You need communication. And we need this data. The data which is connected from these devices, especially sensors. So we need data. Because if we have this data, we can make the decision, or the devices themselves can make the decision. That's what you are saying. But this decision, you needed to program it. You needed to tell the device. Because this device, remember, is a dead thing. So how you're going to program it, it's how it's going to make the decision. We continue, we need the cloud platform where to put the data. We need a good analytic software that's going to analyze our data. At the same time, we need an intelligence in action. The data collected must be analyzed using either human. Yes, the data which is collected, the human can make the decision through the data which is collected, or we can use the intelligence, artificial intelligence. The action taken as a result of this analysis can also be human or machine decided and executed. All these things we are saying we require lead to a better safety, comfort. Now imagine, like now, working at home, a lot of comfort, safety. I'm not moving from where I am. If it is before, I could have traveled all the way to India to present this talk. But now I can do it at home. We are connected. We have the devices. So it's safety. Maybe the accident I could get on the way, comfort, efficiency, it's smarter decision making, and reduce the expenses at work and everyday life. Traveling from here to India is a lot of dollars. Now I'm doing at home. So it has reduced the expenses. Now imagine if it is a sensor which is working from here and getting the data to India, or I'm getting data from India to here. It would be very cheap. So IoT also provide new opportunities to generate revenue. That's okay, that's very fine. I said we can have young guys, we can employ them to monitor things which are happening and make the decision by getting the data. So it is expected that business will be the top adopter of the IoT. Business will require IoT so much solutions to lower operating costs, increase productivity, and expand the new market, or develop new product offerings. IoT implementation, even if the business, even if that is steps to implement, even if your business expectation on IoT projects are high and you cannot afford the technical tools and human resources, use of IoT deployment are advisable. So it's advisable to use IoT devices. This will enable you to learn from your mistake and be encouraged in success. So this is one of the steps. This is the step that we require when we are implementing the IoT. Now, one, we need to identify IoT objectives and IoT use cases suitable for your business. What do you want to achieve in this business? Now, before going to IoT, what do you want to achieve? Do you want a lot of data? Do you want to achieve the security? So in this case, you need first to identify the objective. As with offer digital transformation initiative, IoT implementation starts with the identification of the project. Which project do you have? The project objective. It would be best if you determine what your organization wants to achieve through the IoT technology. Each organization has different needs or different achievements, or what they want to achieve can be different from your company to my company. Some may aim to decrease operational costs. I'm paying a lot in the operation. Should I reduce? I've been employing so many people. Should I reduce those people? Like the example that I gave, the soldier. Can I use devices? Because the soldier, his work is to monitor. Can I have a camera? Can I have a motional camera? So it can decrease the operational cost while others target customers' experience. So we need hardware and the software. Those devices, they require software to learn or to communicate. So they need integration of the software, selection of a critical decision during implementation. IoT projects involve various tools, and business need to be careful about the system. IoT implementation include sensors. That is one of the hardware, part of the hardware. You have to be very careful which sensor you're going to use. You can get a sensor which is not giving the accurate information. And we know that very well. For those who have been in the lab, that one we know very well. Probably the temperature at this time is that too. But the sensor that you have is giving 40, it's giving 28. So you need a very good sensor to collect data such as weight, volume, temperature, humidity, pressure. If you check that one and you go to the recent technology, you go to the fridges nowadays that order groceries, you can use those sensors. The weight of that fridge, it has reduced. So it means there's something which is missing or something going down. The volume itself, if it is liquid, the temperature, because if it is full, the temperature will vary. If you put something hot, the humidity also will vary. So you can take that one to the example that I gave the first one in terms of the recent technology. We need edge gateway. Those are softwares. Those are software that's required to connect those devices. We need communication protocols. Those are loads. How to communicate from one to the other one. What are the rules to be followed? We need IoT platform. Am I going to use Windows? Am I going to use Android? We need cloud data management. Where am I going to store the data? Because I'm getting data from far and I'm not connected with wire. So how this data is going to be stored? So I need cloud data management. How is it going to manage this data? So it seems easy in theory, but IoT deployment are challenging. multiple operation teams and business units. Apart from IT teams need to be involved for an effective IoT implementation. That is implementation and prototype. We need guys who can understand. We need a team who can understand both sides, the hardware side and the software side. These guys, they need to work together. They need to work together to achieve the objective. So IoT require a team that contains a mix of experts across IT. And mainly I can say IT and hardware engineers. Because without hardware engineers, this IT guy will not work, will not manage. So we need this hardware guy to make the devices, and these devices start now generating the information for IT guys to come in. So I'm saying expert across IT and operational to work together. It would be best if you started implementation by building an IT team that meet the requirements of selected use case. Skills you may need during the IoT journey. It's a long journey. It's a good journey. We need the stereo and embedded system design, electrical and mechanical knowledge, back-end and front-end development, general technical expertise. We need all these guys, and more than these guys. A team with these skills can build IoT devices and implement the work. However, you need to enhance your team with a data talent to make corrected data use. Very important. Skill your IoT team may rely on other implementation listed below. Information system expert to handle data storage. We need these guys. Data scientists to analyze the data generated or gathered. So we need a guy who can analyze this data, the data which is coming, because if we make a mistake, then it can cost a lot. So we need a data scientist who can analyze the data which is gathered, statistician to assist in data analysis and quality control. We need all these experts. If necessary, integrate IoT system with other advanced technology. After sensors start collecting and storing data, businesses can introduce new technology such as analytics, machine learning, and edge computing to IoT infrastructure. That is other technologies that one can add. Apply necessary security measures. This is very important. We have the data. We don't want our data to fall on a long plate. So I think this is a very important aspect. So data security and privacy are the business concerns, especially for business libels. So you need to hide your data such that your libel will not come to predict what would happen tomorrow in your business, the mistake that you're making, the loopholes. So we need a data security. IoT security breaches are common, and business need to inform their data security officers about IoT projects to ensure that data, especially in the bank. How much do I have in the account? Other people should not know. So that's a very good important point. You can have challenges during the IoT implementation. One of the challenges is compatibility and longevity. The devices you are going to use, are they compatibility? Probably with the software that you're using. The devices I'm using, is it Windows-oriented Windows platform or Android platform? How long can that device last? So IoT infrastructure involve various tools, sensors, devices. Each vendor is competing to become the standard. A successful implementation requires the integration of IoT components with the existing system. Some compatibility challenges are non-unified cloud services, lack of standardized machine-to-machine, that is M2M, machine-to-machine protocol. Can this machine communicate with other machine? And diversities in firmware and operating system, like Windows, Ubuntu, among IoT devices. We also have an example as transport mechanism, how our data is going to be transported between devices and the hubs. There are Zigbee, Z-Wave, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and Bluetooth Low Energy protocol. This variety causes the difficulty in implementation and requires deployment of an extra hardware and software when we are connecting devices. So very, very good. If one fails, you can take the other one. So that's a big challenge because I may want to implement, but I'm having a problem with my devices and the software and communication also. It's a big challenge. Security also. How my data are going to be secured. How my devices, are they secured? Or somebody can come and remove it. And once it gets removed, the whole thing can collapse. We have the data storage, a problem. The devices I'm using might be not able to handle the data for a long time. So once you deploy IoT system, your database grow exponentially. That one we know very well. If we put a CCTV camera, it takes the data every fraction of a second. So the devices that we have to store the data, is it enough? So that's also a big challenge. To capture IoT data and perform analytical organizations need a high capacity and a high speed storage along with advanced memory processing technology. That one we know, especially those who are using good phones. Everybody wants to have phone with a high memory, high capacity, high speed. So that one is not a new thing. We also have the power management in IoT devices. through their IoT devices that work via AC. We have some devices which are electrical, and other devices which are electronic. So that is also, again, another challenge. It's a challenge that you can have. You want to install somewhere, but you require AC. In that place, there is no AC. So it can be also a challenge. You have batteries. The batteries are not able to store the power for a long time. You have a problem of lack of power for some times. So that's also, again, a big problem. So power management of IoT devices. You can also require unstructured data processing that is require data cleaning. The data which are not necessary can be removed, not to go to the decision. And which are necessary, you can take that one to make the decision, and to make the decision to be very easy. And that's why sometimes we have a motional camera. If you put a camera at the gate, when there is nobody at the gate, at your gate, still is capturing. So that one can be unnecessary data. So we need a camera which can monitor or can be on when there is a movement. It can capture that one to be very easy, even to make the decision. IoT analytics, that one I have said, you need guys who can analyze the data very well. There's a big challenges in the implementation. Then how to prepare IoT implementation? As advances in technology make it more cost effective to deploy industrial or industry Internet of Things, IIoT. Industry will need to acquire strategic approach to integrating new sensors data with pre-existing data environment. That is very important. How you collect the data in the industry. Now you want to shift that one to the new technology. So now, more than ever, industries are seeking simple integration with the control, automation, and data analytic visualization software to harness the power of the industrial Internet of Things and realize attractive operational and competitive benefits for their business. IIoT can unite people and systems on the plant floor with those at the enterprise level and enable users to get the most value from their automated system while reducing the technological and economical limitations. To ensure successful deployment of the IIoT, industry organization can benefit from embracing new network design infrastructure, including developing a reliable framework that support collaborative work processes across the functional lines as well as between internal and external resources. What are the benefits of IoT implementation? How are we going to benefit? How the company is going to benefit? How the industry is going to benefit? Once we embrace the IoT implementation. So let's try and see. IoT offer many benefits in industrial and social applications, not only in industrial, but as well as social applications. Improve healthcare. Improve healthcare work by helping workers to locate and use mobile equipment. I think that one I've already discussed. So one, IoT can help to simplify business processes by connecting industrial machines to the internet through the cloud. How what is happening to the machines? Are they overheating? Is the oil in a good level? Are they working well? Is there unnecessary noise coming from an engine? That one can all be connected through the internet and you can monitor it. Reduce fuel operating costs. You don't have to travel the company or to the industry. So it can reduce. Improve healthcare workers by helping workers to locate and use mobile, again, optimize transportation, operator response, real-time overview of network operation, boost sales. After implementing, it can boost sales by tracking behavior of a real-time marketing, etc. What is happening in the market? You can get that data and you know what you're going to deal next time. So the main benefits of IoT solutions are as follows. 70% of companies are sure that IoT implementation can reduce the cost and improve the products. If you have that one, then IoT implementation can work very well and has to be followed. What is the future expectation? There are many future expectations of IoT, but I'm going to give one. Now we're expecting this coronavirus or the COVID-19, we're expecting to have vaccine. And this vaccine will be transported from different areas. Maybe the parameters are different. High temperature, low temperature. So do we need to monitor? Do we need to monitor this vaccine, especially in temperature? Because remember, this vaccine needs a specific temperature. We need to acquire. So we can have IoT to monitor this. For example, transportation of billions of units of COVID-19 vaccines will require IoT sensors to measure a certain parameters, such as temperature of the vaccines over the entire supply chain. This is a critical because vaccine exposed to heat, which could become ineffective. So I've given one example, which is everybody knows and everybody's expecting, but we can have a lot. Thanks and God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Jack. Now the session is open for question and discussion. If anyone having any queries, so please you may ask your queries. Yes, anyone?
Hello, Mr. Jack. I am Professor Javed Khan from Pune. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You have given very comprehensive and nice lecture on IoT. But I would like to know, you have covered IoT as well as some analytical parts and challenges. So where to draw the line in between IoT and AI or machine learning? How will you separate in your like in presentation? This much is for IoT, this much is for machine learning or AI. I hope you got my question.
I think I was giving a brief. I was not specific. I was giving a brief of IoT and the internet itself. So it was not a specific. It was not a specific line to separate it. But I wanted to join. I wanted to integrate somebody maybe who doesn't know well about this thing. So I wanted to integrate both of them.
Next, anyone having question? Okay. Thank you, Dr. Jack, for being here as a speaker and guide us on IoT in more scientific and technical manner. Obviously, you are very well explained the IoT, its security related and how to implement the IoT in industries. So you have very well explained. Obviously, you are expert of that, so we understand very well. Thank you, sir. You are giving your valuable time. Thank you very much. Now, our next speaker is Engineer Fahad Abdullah from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Now, I introduce her. Sorry, I introduce him. He is a manager and project head, IICS Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. He is a very knowledgeable and very sound in technical. He has completed Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics. He is currently working as project manager since last 10 years in Saudi Arabia. His area of specialization is in sensor devices, PLC, SCADA, and automation instrumentation. He has a strong technical background for designing and executing PLC and SCADA. He headed number of projects in southern and western region of KSA, such as water, wastewater, oil, and gas with Ministry of Water, Aramco, Kai, Coast, etc. He has received award of outstanding performance and success of project. I hope this session is very beautiful. So I welcome Fahad Abdullah. Please, you may proceed.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome everybody. And I am thankful to Sir Syed College and staff and all the staff who arranged this very informative and useful webinar. And the previous speakers, they covered very well all the topics, especially the theoretical part and conceptual part. From my side, I will focus more on the practical part because we do the projects. So the practical part is more interesting, and also the participants, they like the practical part. The topic that I will cover is sensor. I will focus more on the sensors, and during the session I will show the projects that is executed here, and some pictures that are real, that will give more knowledge and more concepts. For me, I will suggest all participants to focus on concepts, to focus to understand the technology, and theoretical part they in detail they can study later on. but focusing practical and understanding the field, it may grow you and it may open the future path for you. So I will just share the presentation. Just give me 1 minute. I have some issue to have access to the file. Sorry, I believe something wrong happened in my file is opening, but when I am sharing, I am not able to access it.
Well, we were able to see your PowerPoint presentation earlier when you have shared something.
You have opened the presentation.
It is opening the file, but I am not able to move the cursor on it.
If you want, you can restart your system. No, it's working now.
Okay. It's I am able to share, but when I am moving my cursor, I cannot move it.
You just press F5. You press F5. Shortcut key F5 and C. A function key F5 on the keyboard.
Yes, that also I am doing. I will close one time this and then.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Well, you can try sharing your whole screen instead of that PowerPoint slide.
Yes. You share your entire screen.
Okay.
After that, you are able to access all the system.
Okay, means I have to select the screen and share.
Yes, entire screen. Yes. Now select a file. It's okay.
Yes, but
You just press
not
F5
able.
function key. Run from beginning. Press on the left side from beginning.
Yes, I pressed that, but I'm not able to click actually. It is possible to scroll, but not able to click. I will disconnect and restart the computer. Okay.
Okay, do one thing. You just email me. I will share the screen here. You can explain that.
No, I have multiple files I had to open. I will check
you
if
wish, you can
others I can.
If you wish, you can restart your system.
This is only for that file only. Other files are okay. Okay, I will send to you. Better I will restart. It will take few minutes, but it will be fine.
So that will be fine. Better you restart.
Okay.
वीडियो कॉल है तुम्हारी
अभी सर को बोलो
Dear participants, kindly give us 2 minutes. Sorry for the inconvenience. Dear participants, due to some technical problems with the speaker, we are going to invite another speaker.
Yes, sir. We are calling you now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Momin Zaki, Assistant Professor at Sir Syed College. Due to technical issues, we will begin with the next session. Our next speaker for the day is Dr. Murtuza Junaid Farooqi. Dr. Junaid has completed his PhD from Pune University, one of the most prestigious universities in India. He began his career as a software engineer and then moved on to academics. Currently, he is working as assistant professor in Darfur University in Sultanate of Oman. Dr. Junaid has a very vast research experience. His area of interest primarily include data science, social network analysis, and big data. Dr. Junaid has published around 15 research papers in various international journals. He has also participated in He has authored a book titled Problems and Prospect of Using Social Networking Sites. Friends, we all know the topic for this session is big data. Big data is something that deals with large volumes of data, and this large volume of data is very important for big organizations. It helps them to take informed and right decisions depending upon the trend. Now I will request Dr. Junaid to please enlighten us with his knowledge on this topic. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon. Am I audible? Everybody can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can continue, sir.
Okay, thanks a lot for the feedback. And thanks a lot for wonderful introduction. And one more thing I would like to add that I am honored to be invited as a guest speaker in this conference. And I would like to add one thing that I am also alumni of Sir Syed College. That I am honored to have done my graduation from Sir Syed College. So I am also an alumni of Sir Syed College. So I will like to share my screen. Just be with me. Is my PowerPoint visible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
It's okay.
Is my PowerPoint visible?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's visible.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, thank you. I will request that kindly mute your mics, and if you have questions, then you can ask at the end of the session. So I am beginning. So let us start. As you can see, there is a question in my screen that how big is big? Because when we talk about big data, many of us has a misconception or understanding that something which is very large or which is very huge in size, maybe that is big. But when we talk about big is a relative term, because if something is big, something might be bigger than that. For example, if you see this picture here, this is a bird commonly known as hummingbird, which is 3 inches in size. And this is an ostrich, which might be 6 feet in height. So for hummingbird, any other bird is bigger than that. And there are bigger than, so you can go up to here. So big is a relative term. So I begin in a lighter mode with a joke that once upon a time, a very old man was crying on the road. maybe around 70s in age, an old man was crying. So somebody asked that old guy that, why are you crying? You are 70 years old, a big man. So he said that my father scolded me. A 70-year-old man told that my father scolded me. So that guy was shocked that somebody is bigger than this man. So he said, your father scolded me, I will come with you and I will talk with him. So he talked with his father. His father told that I have scolded him because he was troubling his grandfather. So his father was 90 and his grandfather was 120. So something, it is a relative. So let us move to our topic, that is understanding of big data. I think all of you can see. So let us begin my talk with what actually is big data. Now, all of you might be seeing that data is increasing with constant speed. Everywhere there is data. Mobile phones are generating data. Your social media posts are generating data. In previous sessions, we learned about sensors, IoT devices, different kinds of devices which are generating data. So this is leading to a huge amount of data which is being generated and which has to be analyzed and utilized, utilized for the people. So this gives a challenge and opportunity. So basically, any data, when you want to classify it as a big data, you need to consider three things. Number one is we call it as 3 V's, that is volume, variety, and velocity. Volume means, that is why we call it as big, that there is huge volume of data, maybe petabyte or quintabyte, huge volume of data is being generated. Second important characteristics to be any data to be classified as big data is variety, because the data is not in a simple form, not in one form like rows and columns, but data is very complex, like it's in videos, there are audios, there are images, there are bioinformatics data, there is data related to stars and planets, there are Facebook clicks, likes, comments, shares, button, streaming of YouTube, different formats of data is being generated, so there is variety. And the third point is that it is velocity. Velocity physics people might be knowing that it's called as speed. The speed by which the data is being generated. So 3 V's of big data, that is volume, variety, and velocity. Am I clear till here?
Yes, Dr. Junaid, very clear.
Thank you, sir.
It's clear, sir.
Now, many people, when we talk about big data, they are listening to different kinds of words which are overlapping and sometimes confusing. That is big data, data analysis, is big data, data mining, is big data, data science, is big. So there are different types of words, or you can say keywords or jargons, which we hear that what exactly is big data and how it is different from the things that which we are listening from our day-to-day life, that we were learning about machine learning or pattern recognition since many years. So how this big data is different. So when we talk about difference, the three things, this 3V, that is volume, variety, and velocity, makes it different from others. There one interesting article by McKinsey, you can find this article in internet, has given a definition of big data which is easy for anybody with technical or non-technical background to understand big data. I'm reading it. That big data is a data whose scale, volume, distribution means it is distributed in various location, that it is also in your mobile phone, in laptop, in sensor devices, in cloud, so distribution, diversity, again, we are talking about variety, and timeliness, we are talking about velocity, requires use of new technical architecture. Whatever you are using to analyze the data, the algorithms, the statistical or data mining softwares will not be suitable for analysis of this data. It need new architecture and new analysis to find some insight, find some useful information which will be of value to the business, which can be valued. So basically from this definition, we can conclude that there is need of new architecture, new storage technologies, new tools, new analytics, and new techniques, which will be different from others because of these three distinguishing characteristics. There are other also, but main basic are these three V's: volume, variety, and velocity. Volume, variety, and velocity. Because its size is large, its structure is different than other structure. It is not in rows and columns. It cannot be analyzed using traditional databases or method. So it requires new tools and techniques. So this new tools and technique will help to creation of data, manipulation of data, management of large data set, and you need a storage environment where you can store this huge or tremendous amount of data. So how this generated, how this big data came? So data was captured, but nowadays there are new types of devices that are generating data. Like in the previous lecture, we learned about IoT, Internet of Things, that is generating data. Wireless sensors, they are generating data. Your cell phones is generating data. Global positioning system, GPS in your cars or something is generating data. And many other devices are generating data. So we can say, like our first speaker rightly said, that data is generated by humans, by systems, by devices, by machines. So everything is generating data. Now this leads to challenges of storing data, challenges of analyzing data, and challenges will lead to opportunity. Because a challenge for a company or somebody will be opportunity for others. Because whenever we do a research, whenever we do some innovation, whenever we do some invention, we need some problems of the humanity that we are going to solve. So first, there is challenge of storing the data, because data is increasing in size. I cannot store everything in my laptop or my mobile, or my company cannot store everything in its server. So you move from traditional databases to data warehouse. Now you are going to store on cloud storage or different medias or distributed storage. So increasing size, you come up to a new method of storage. That is, you can shift to cloud storage, where you are taking a storage space on rent, storage as a service. Second, if you talk about the social media, it's entirely different, where you are writing text, where you are uploading videos, audios, images, text, likes, shares, comments, stickers, different kinds of things are being posted. So you have unstructured data which cannot be stored in normal databases, and then comes the concept of NoSQL databases and other things. Now, when comes the another challenge is analyzing this data or processing this data, because our processors have limited capabilities. They cannot analyze huge amount of data. They cannot analyze this data which is in different format, which is in audio or video or images. So you need some different analysis. So there is comes the concept of high performance computing, where you need multiple computer processor to work together for analysis, for processing. So you go for distributed architecture. You can go for parallel processing, where you are using multiple processors together to process the data, right? Now, because of these challenges and because of this shift from traditional to a new method of storage and processing of data, we are this leads to, any challenge will lead to opportunity. Like you can talk about industries, various data application. It opens the new avenues of research for the academic people or the researcher in industry. And this can be one of the opportunity or challenge facing is how to do all this. That is storage of data, huge data, analysis of this huge and different and high speed generated data in low cost. This is a challenge which will be a point of research for people in the industries and academic. Another thing is big data can be helpful in providing you a better life and better health care. This is a second challenge or opportunity, you can say. Now the concept comes, any important concept is data deluge. Deluge means flood. When you are flooded with water, water is everywhere. Now the companies, the organizations, the associations, or you can say bodies or governments, they are flooded with data. Why? You can see every one of us is having at least one mobile, and lot of data is generated by this mobile phone. Second, social media accounts, lot of data is generated. Now you come to college, you go to university, you visit a shopping mall, you go to you drive a car on traffic, there are video surveillance camera, and these cameras are recording data. Every minute, every second is being recorded. Then there is videos are uploaded, videos are shared, like this conference is being uploaded and recorded and shared on YouTube or similar other channels. We have discussed about smart grid. Then we also discussed about geophysical exploration, about petrol, mining, other things. Medical technology, medical science is generating a lot of data. Gene sequencing, this is also generating. So this leads to a data deluge. Deluge means where huge amount of data is being generated to be analyzed. Yeah, is it clear? Yeah. So I'm clear till now. So these are the reason of data deluge we have already discussed. Now another issue comes with the structure of the data, because now the data is not just an input. Data is coming from different forms, like data is financial data, there is text files, there is multimedia files, then bioinformatics people are generating a different kinds of data, then people from NASA or similar ISRO, they are generating a different kinds of data. So this data is mostly unstructured and semi-structured, and we need a different approach or different technique for analysis of this type of data. So you need a different tools and technique to process and analyze this data. So you need, maybe you will need a distributed computing environment where hundreds of computers are sharing the responsibility. And you will need MPP, massively parallel processing architecture. Massive means lot of processors are working together, how they are going to be doing their job in analyzing data or processing this big data. So we have discussed that there is, now the data is, in the beginning, the data was more structured, everything was in rows and columns. There are some data which is semi-structured, that means which is not completely structured or not completely unstructured. While there is some data which is quasi-structured, means which is not unstructured, but they can be with some efforts changed into semi-structured or structured data. And there is a data which is purely unstructured, because if I record this class, this recording of this class is an unstructured data, because there is nothing in rows and columns. So there were participants, there were slide share, there was speech, audio, video. So analyzing will be more difficult in this case. So structured data, you can say our traditional database files, CSV files, spreadsheet. Semi-structure means which is partial structure, partial unstructured. like our XML files. Quasi-structured data means that is not very structured, but which can be changed into structure with little formatting, like log files, web clicks, that how many clicks this particular hyperlink has received. Unstructured data, you can say text files, images, and videos. So we have all these types of data which require a different type of processing. Now the question may arise that why the data has become big. The data has changed its size, so volume has increased. The data has changed its format, so velocity or variety have come. We have different varieties of data. Then the data is generated with very high speed in real time. Every second, every minute, the data is expanding or exploding. So why we need to analyze this data? Why should we analyze? Let it be. So this analysis gives new opportunity, gives new value. This data provides opportunity for new analytics, and it will give the value to the companies who are doing it. Data is in multiple formats coming from multiple sources, right? Now this data will take advanced analytics. Normal analytics, your algorithm will not work. You need some different kinds of algorithm to take advantage of these opportunities, So they have to go beyond a traditional business intelligence, statistics, or machine learning to take full advantage of business intelligence, this data. So it comes with take an example of e-commerce, online sales and purchase. When you make a purchase, next time you get recommendations, right? So you need the website, they are analyzing your browsing patterns. Maybe you visit some shopping mall, your videos are recorded. Maybe they are analyzing your facial expression, how you are reacting by looking at different kinds of products. They can analyze your audio when you call a call center and you are talk about a product or services. That can be analyzed by the consumers. Similarly, they can analyze your comments about that product on your social media profile. Similar things can come with healthcare, voice, image, X-rays, MRIs, and different kinds of genetics. IT infrastructure, that we talk about IoTs and sensors and other devices, are beginning to take advantages of big data. So because of this, you are having a new opportunity that can give you new insight, new value for the businesses. So they need people who can work with this type of data. We have seen different formats, just a list already covered: medical information, genes, diagnostic images, photos and videos which are uploaded on social media or website, CCTV camera, photo and video footage, video surveillance, mobile data. Everybody is having a smartphone, text messages, phone call logs, what kind of application you are using in a smartphone and for how many duration. Smart cities, like electronic grid, smart building, public and industry infrastructure, right? RFIDs, radio frequency device, GPS, and seismic processing. Seismic processing, I think that is related to finding petrol or water in the ground by analyzing the sound, if you don't know about that. So this type of different formatted data are available. Now we talk about an interesting topic, that is big data ecosystem, that how this big data is generated, who are the organizations or individuals who are using this big data for their benefit, and how this entire business or organization works. Okay, am I clear up to here?
Yes, sir.
Audible, no? And screen is also visible.
Yes.
So there are basically 4 players. One is data devices, second is data collector, third is data aggregators, and fourth is data buyers. So with this figure, you will get clear that there are devices which are generating data. If you look at the picture, cell phones are generating data, GPS devices, MP3 players, e-books, credit card transaction, video surveillance, medical images, they are generating data. Now there are certain people who want to collect data, like your hospital, your bank, internet, these people are collecting data, right, for various purposes. Government is collecting data, medical fraternity is collecting data. Then some places like website, they are aggregating data. They are merging the data from various sources. And there are people who are ready to pay money to get this data. These are data buyers. They want to pay if they get insightful data. This can be a TV channels, media houses, banks and financial investment, and also the companies which are in retail. This detail will come in the next slide, and again we will go back to this diagram. So there are data devices like sensors and IoT devices which are generating data. Like you can take an example of a video game player. If you play a game and if you keep on winning, then you will lose the interest because you will say it's very easy. And if you keep on losing the game, if you play a game and if you keep on losing, then you will say it's very difficult, I don't want to play. So the game should slowly become difficult for the user so that he can interact. So the gaming industry is using big data and artificial intelligence to make the game slowly, and they are getting your habits, opportunities, so that they can sell their product. Similar is with the smartphone. So the data devices are one player. Second is that some data, like you are watching a TV show on Netflix or YouTube or normal TV channel, that show will keep on tracking your preferences, what kind of things you are using. Similarly, if you go to a shopping mall, you probably take a trolley or a shopping cart. If there is a RFID device in that trolley or a cart, it will track your path, that from where you are going, from grocery section to electronic section, from electronic to medicine, but you are not going to the maybe food section because there is lot of non-vegetarian food, so you don't like that, so you are skipping. So based on that track, they will track the behavior. So there is data collectors. Now there are certain association that they take the collected data. These organizations or companies, they compile data from the devices, right? They collect the data from webs. They collect the data from different sources and compile it, right? And they can convert this data into a report, into a product, into a service, which they will sell to the other people so that they can. And there are people who are ready to buy the data. Like bank wants the data to know that how his customer will be, whether they are going to refund its loan, whether these customers are going to accept the new launch insurance or investment services, right? So the banks may be interested in taking demographic information, the paying bill pattern, the salary pattern of different people, to know whether he is worthy of giving loan or not. So there are buyers. So again, I will go back to the first diagram. So there is data devices which are generating data. There are people who are or organizations who are collecting data, right? Then there are associations where data is being aggregated. Now this data, and there are people or associations who will like to pay money to buy this data. Like banks are ready to pay, insurance companies are ready to pay. So they are even law enforcement agencies like police, army, intelligence, they need the data about people to prevent certain crime or give internal security to the country. So you need such type of analysis. So we have, if you look at this diagram, we can get a good understanding about big data ecosystem, how this system is working, and what opportunities we have for different types of business. So devices, collectors, aggregators, and buyers. These are the 4 groups of user, and the slide explains them in more detail. Is it clear up till here? Any doubt? If there is doubt, just I have made it simplified for people who have non-technical background. So the last part which I am going to show you is will be relevant mostly for the students, science students, or those who are pursuing computer science and engineering, that what should they do if they want to go take big data as their career. So now basically we can divide this path into 3 different categories. That is infrastructure, programming, and analytics. Infrastructure, you can again consider 3 things. In infrastructure, you can consider as processing, one element. Second element is storage, databases. And third element is the networking or electronic or device part. So if you are interested, if you are a student who are not very much interested in programming, you are not very much interested in analysis, but you are interested in installation, configuration, maintenance, connectivity, networking, or you are interested in devices like IoT devices, you are interested in sensor devices, you are interested in mechanical devices, or you are more in systems, if I say. So you can go for big data infrastructure, like you will be working on how to do high performance computing, where you need more than one computer, or you need the computer to do analysis in real time. You need a very parallel processing, cloud computing, distributed computing. So this will be the students who are more interested in physical parts, electronics, hardware, networking system. They can pursue, they can take this path, and they can focus on certifications and degrees related to that. Next, if you are very good in programming and you are more interested, mostly computer science students, computer engineering students, they want to go for programming, so they can take computer programming as their skill set. So they can now this programming for big data will be different from your normal, where you develop a desktop applications or web-based or network-based application. Now you will be programming for big data. You will be programming for high performance. You will be programming for analysis and storage on cloud. You will be programming embedded system, IoT devices, sensors, distributed. So here you will require programming skill, skills to develop good algorithms. This type of skills will be needed if you are taking programming as a option in big data. So it will be mostly suitable for computer science students, computer application students, and computer engineering students. This will be more for engineering and electronics and this type of people who wants to work with physical components. Third branch, there can be more, but broadly we can have classified into 3 groups, is analytics. If you are very good in research, if you are very good in analysis, if you are want to do analytics, so there will be big data analytics. People who want to do their career in analytics, so they must be, they are good in statistics, they are good in mathematics, they are good in analytical part of computer science, computer engineering. They want to more focus on analysis of data. So now this big data is different from your normal data which you take for analysis. It cannot be analyzed using normal analytics software. You need something, you need to analyze in real time. you need to analyze parallelly, you need to analyze distributed, and you need to analyze the data which is non-structured. So non-structured analytics part will come into picture. So here, if you are good in statistics, mathematics, analytics, logic, data mining, machine learning, natural language programming, deep learning, artificial neural network. So this all picture will come. So there are three basic tracks if any student wants to take big data as their career. The basic will be same, but you have to focus on one track and develop yourself. Either you can go for infrastructure management, or you can take programming, or you can go for analytics. This was basically for the students who want to pursue career in big data for going to industry. Another area can be for the, now I'm talking with related to teachers or faculties who want to do their research in this area, who wants to pursue big, do their write research papers or PhDs or in this field by taking big data. So for them, there are various things, because big data, there are challenges. Like you have challenges related to infrastructure and architecture management, how to manage the hardware, how to manage the storage, how to manage the processing, how to analyze this various different kinds of data. So they can take this as infrastructure management, as a field of how to optimize storage management, how the data structure itself, data analysis. Basically, computer science, engineering students can go for this type of faculties can take this as their research. Another area is analysis, analytics, how to analyze this data, how to analyze text, how to analyze image, how to analyze audio or video, or how to analyze a combination of these. Data security, that big data will be, is there, data is generated, but what about the security and privacy of this data? Developing new algorithms, optimization, that means reducing the cost, time, effort, resources, how you can optimize. This is another area where faculty can focus on their research. This can be people from mathematics, engineering, any background of engineering or computer science can focus. Then you can have big data is related with IoT. We have discussed Internet of Things is generated. Big data is also related with wireless sensors. Big data is also related with handheld devices, biomedical equipment, automobiles, robotics, defense, telecommunication, engineering. So people from engineering backgrounds or physics background, electrical, electronic engineering, physics, they can, who are working with the system, they can do research in this area, experimental research. Another, that big data is a applied things. It can be applied in bioinformatics, biology. People from biology can do research. People from medicine and healthcare, space exploration, geography. So science background people can do interdisciplinary research in big data, how this can be applied to solving their day-to-day problem. People from humanities, art sides like government, politics, education, sports, business has lot of applications like insurance, manufacturing, banking industry. It has huge scope, retail industry. Then media and entertainment, if you are in the business of TV channel, newspaper, so news consumption pattern, news liking, then how to differentiate it between real and fake news. This can be a topic of research. People from entertainment industry, if you are in film making, animation and other things, you can focus on big data, can help you in that. So faculties from arts, commerce, management, they can also use big data. Even in the field of sociology and psychology, there is scope for research in big data. So these are the some of the areas where lies there is opportunity for the research for the faculties. These are the some of the areas where there is career path for the students who want to go to industry. So these are the few things which I wanted to share with you. With this, I end my presentation, and the organizers can share the questions if there is. If I'm able to answer, I will do.
And thank you very much, Dr. Junaid. This was a very wonderful session, a very interesting session full of knowledge, technical knowledge, explained in a very simple way. The session is now open for discussion. Participants can ask their questions. Okay, looks like there is no question. So,
Dr. Junaid, I'm Professor Javed from MCA Department, Alana Institute of Management Science. Good afternoon, Assalamu alaikum. Very nice to see you after a long time, Dr. Junaid. You have nicely explained about the 3 V's of big data, but I heard, is there any other V also, like 4th V or 5th V? And what are their uses nowadays? Or can it be part of a big data, 4th V or 5th V?
Thank you, sir. No need of introduction. I have worked with Javed sir for a long time. There are some other V's also, but I have not included in my presentation. There is 4th V, which I don't remember now, but there are 10 in some slides and some presentation. They have included 10 different things that can be considered as big data. But basically, most of the people have considered these 3, but there are other also. Veracity and something like that, if I remember. There are other 4th and 5th V are also there.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. Yes, there is a veracity. From student point of view, I'm asking. And veracity, you know, a lot of loading of data is going on. We check the authenticity of data, veracity and all. So, thank you very much, Dr. Junaid.
does anyone else have a question?
I think there are some questions in the chat box. But if I answer them, I think it will take the next speaker's time.
Yes, sir. So we are running out of the time, first of all.
Yeah. So let him complete his session. And if any questions are there, you can discuss with Aziz sir, and we can meet some other time, or we can share by email or something else. So I think better
Definitely,
I should give the time to the next speaker.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Now we will continue with the session on sensor devices. I request Mujib sir to please continue the session.
Now I request Mr. Fahad to continue his talk, to be brief in presentation. Please, Mr. Fahad.
Okay, thank you, sir. Actually, sorry for the inconvenience. My MS Office was hang and I restarted and it took the time. So I will be little fast for this. So today the main focus for my presentation is sensor devices. And myself, Fahad Abdullah. The agenda for the presentation is automation system data flow. I will explain how the data flow from the field up to the next level, last level. Then sensor devices, different kind, of sensor devices and transmitters. I cover some of the sensor from the two application, BMS, that is Building Management System applications, and industrial application. Lastly, I put examples from the projects that I executed. So I will show some real pictures of the project that will give the help to understand it in the real world. So here the data start from the field. I write manual systems. Field can be anything. If you see the building, it can be your room temperature, or it can be humidity, it can be current voltage, anything. Or if you are working in the pipeline or in water sector, so your water flow can be also the field for you. So sensors take the data from the field, it convert to the another energy transmitter, convert it to the proper signal that can be read by the PLC or the controller. After the sensor from transmitter, the data go to the controller, or in our field it is PLC, programmable logic controller. And here this data is analyzed, and accordingly the output generated as per the sequence. Then it go to the software part. It can be SCADA, it can be HMI, human machine interface, or it can be any other software or application. Then it go to the web server or internet. Nowadays it is IoT. Before we used to say it web server, and we used to share on the web through web server. I will just define a sensor that it is a device which senses the presence or absence of energy. It measures a physical quantity and convert it into a signal which can be measured by instrument or an observer. Is there anything? So here is graphical representation of sensor, that it sense the physical changes. These physical changes can be level, pressure, flow, humidity, temperature, anything it can be, and it gives the output signal. Next, I define the transducer or the transmitter. It takes the signal from the sensor, not from the field, and it do some signal conditioning, and it give output to the PLC. Normally it is in the form of current or voltage. For the transmitter, it is normally current. For transducer, it can be a voltage or current. For the building management applications, some of the sensor I listed out. I choose building management system because the people normally understand. Many people maybe is not from the background of industrial, so they can understand the building equipment devices easily. First one is the thermostat. Thermostat is used for temperature and humidity measurement. Normally nowadays, any building, especially the large buildings, they are not without building management system. In every building, there are different apartments, flats, and they are installing a decentralized air condition, and they are making one control room, installing a number of sensors and connecting it to the controller. Then controller is connected to the software where there is a graphical representation. So you can see in the picture, there is thermostat, and it can be set the temperature from the controller. And there is a graph, it is showing comfort zone. So automatically, as per the set points, controller will give command to set to work the air condition to reach a certain temperature if it drop or exit. So this is how this sensor is utilized in our daily application. Next is the smoke detector. Smoke detectors normally detect abnormal smoke that is generated from the fire. It is, you can say, the early indication of the fire. Many people see this in hotels or different buildings and confuse whether it is camera they are being monitored or not. But this is a smoke detector, and it is having very critical application that during fire it is very useful. Next is heat detector. Heat detector will detect abnormal high temperature. Any temperature that is suddenly increased, it will detect. This sensor also normally used in the building management system, building applications. Then next is ambient light sensor. Ambient light sensor, during the daytime, there is a light from the sun. So it will automatically adjust the intensity of the light. This is for the energy efficiency. This intensity is reduced by controller. But this sensor will give signal about the percentage of intensity. So accordingly, you can see in this picture, if it is 40%, then light will be 60%. If it is 95%, then it will be 5%. Next is occupancy sensor. Occupancy sensor is very useful, especially if there is a big buildings and there is a corridor and normally light is open. So this can, if there is no one is there, it can switch off the light or any other device. Then there is current sensor. This is for measuring the current of the fans, pumps, or other equipment. Normally, if pump take more current or if there is a short circuit, so it is danger for the electrical circuit. So this is used to generate the alarm, and it give to controller, and controller take the necessary action. Next is vibration sensor. This is also this is used, for example, if there is ATM and someone is trying to hammer it to broke it, so there will be vibration, so it will sense and it will give the alarm. Same in building, for different applications, vibration sensor can be used. This is very important, BTU meter and water and energy meter. For water and energy meter, nowadays for smart cities, as previous speaker explained, that it is part of a smart city to have automatic metering. So especially in Saudi Arabia, many cities we did the projects where we install the water meter and energy meter, and automatically we make a network, and automatically all the reading of all customers goes to the database, go to the software, and automatically billing is generated. So there is no need of person to go every home and check what is the reading. There is no need. And if any meter is faulty, it will give also signal of the fault. So the maintenance team can go and replace it. BTU meters is used for the energy consumption of air condition. It is normally it sends the cooling and it convert it into the some measurement that give idea about consumption of electricity. So the buildings in metro cities or any big building in any city where there is a centralized air condition system, So these meters are installed outside every apartment, and it give about the measurement about the consumption.
What is BTU stand for?
This is the British Thermal Unit.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So you can see here many meters are connected to DTU, Data Terminal Unit, and it go to the server. We did one project here with BTU, and we connected it to one DTU, and by SIM card we transmit it to the controller. I will show you some pictures.
Is these devices have the data card also?
See, normally these devices give the live, it is designed for giving live data, but there are instruments available nowadays. It has certain capacity to store, but it will be limited not for very long time. It is maybe 40-50,000 data points it can. But the data is stored in the database in the control room with the server. This instrument, these sensors will give live data to controller, PLC or controller, and controller will be connected to the SCADA system or any other software. And this software will have SQL, Oracle, or any database, and it will record the data. In some cases where there is a battery operated controllers, it will storage the data for one day and it will send one time. Okay, and that will be recorded. So next is industrial application. In industrial application, pressure sensor, flow sensor, level, temperature, and water quality analyzer. These I choose because this is common and we need it for especially in water applications. Pressure sensor and transmitter. Pressure sensor, it comes either there is a sensor and it will give you 4 to 20 milliampere, or it will come with the display also. So you can see there is some numbers in this display. So this is normally used to sense, it can be a water pressure, it can be other pressure. There are different types in that. Here I focus to convey about the technology, and I am not going in detail. But after this PPT, I will open some of the projects and the real pictures, that how it looks and how it is installed and how it transmits the data. Next is the flow meter. Flow meter, you can say water meter also is one type of flow meter. But in industrial application, the flow meters are used for the big pipelines. If you are in Aurangabad and the water coming from Paitan, and you have to see how much every day it is coming. So in this pipeline, one flow meter can be installed and it will measure the flow, the volume of the water, how much it passed through it. So here you can see it is empty like pipe, because it is installed mid of the pipe. There are different types, but this is full bore type, this picture. Another type is insertion like rod you can install. I will show some of the pictures for the flow meter end of this presentation. Here also there is two parts in the flow meter. This part, the part that is without display, it is sensor. And another separated display part, it is transmitter. Flow meter is combination of sensor and transmitter. Some of them you will see it is attached, some of them is remote. Then it comes level transmitter. Mr. A.R. Khan has explained it very well. So here there is ultrasonic, there is hydrostatic, there is radar type. So there are different kind of level sensors. You can see here it can be used for different purpose. The first one here, show level, means it will show you how much this reservoir or tank it is filled. Second, information, it will sense and give you about the space, means how much it is empty. Then third, it will give you about distance, is how much it is far from the sensor. Fourth, it can calculate the volume. If you enter the dimensions of the reservoir, it will give you the volume of the water or any liquid there. Then differential, it will show you difference. If there are two reservoir, it will show you difference in from first to second or from second to first, how much is different in the level. Fourth one, if there is a river, and in India we have river, so there is a technology, it can measure the flow, open channel flow. There is some techniques to make it like channel or canal, and it can be installed this level sensor upside, and it will give you the flow, how much water is passing, it will show. And next is temperature transmitter. This is industrial type. Mainly many industries, it is required to measure the temperature, even the water industry. Here one plant I work, the water from the earth, from the well, it was coming 60-degree temperature. So it was not possible to treat it with this high temperature. So there was a cooling system, cooling fans, and we make it cooling, then we process it next. So in industrial application, it is very important to measure the temperature. This is the water quality analyzer. In India, we have much issue about the water. Normally, doctors say that people are sick because the water is not okay, water is not clear. So water quality analyzer have many sensor. It have chlorine, it have pH, it have turbidity, it have conductivity. It will sense this all and will show to one common transmitter. So this is here in Saudi Arabia. There are zones in the cities, and before entry to every zone, these instruments are installed to some of the major cities, not all cities. And water quality is monitored online. Online means 24/7. So these are very important devices.
Can it be implemented on the pipelines? You know, in India, we have a water contamination problem in various places. The water pipes are leaked, and sometimes we don't understand at what point it is being, impure or mixed.
Yes, actually it is installed not directly on the pipe. It is taken sample from the pipe. This picture you can see some green pipe are coming. Okay, so from the main line, sampling line is taken, and then this water go through the sensor, and then it measure the this, and outlet is drain. Means this water you will not back to the pipeline again. You will only take, so only the fresh water will come to the sensor.
Okay.
So this is installed on the main pipeline normally, or it is installed at the reservoir side. Directly they measure the water quality of water inside the reservoir. Like in Aurangabad, we have tower tanks. So these tower tanks, we can install the water quality analyzers. So whenever water will come to it, it will be measured whether it is okay quality for the people to drink or not. So these sensors are very important when it comes for drinking water.
That's great. It can give some alerts also for the live water.
Yes, it can give alerts. In this picture, you will see there is the RTU, remote terminal unit, and it is having GSM card, and it can send even alarm to mobile number, any mobile number, as well as it can send the email, and it can send to the SCADA system, and SCADA system have its own database and automatic reporting and automatic alarm generation.
That's good. It is highly required in Aurangabad, Pune city,
Actually, I hear there is a new project there for water. I hope they consider atomization. I am not sure. But if not, they should consider it.
So basically, what will be the cost of implementation of 1 unit in Indian rupees?
You are talking about this water quality analyzer or the...
Yes, water quality analyzer.
It is normally government projects are having good budgets even in India. This one system does not cost, you can say, it is matter of 5-6 lakh rupees for 1 unit.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, so for government it is nothing. So, but the issue, there are other issues there. So anyhow, so this is used for the water quality analyzing or water quality measurement. These sensors are used.
Sir, how much did it occupy?
How much what?
Space.
You can see this enclosure, complete enclosure height is 1 meter only, width is 80 centi and depth is 30 centi. So it does not take much space, and here in Saudi Arabia we install on the street. At the footpath normally we install it. And this enclosure show complete system. It is having the RTU for the remote transmission, and it is sending data through SIM card, through GPRS or 3G or nowadays 4 and 5G communication. So you have to not go and check the reading on the site. You can do that also. There is a local display, but remotely you will have this information. There will be control room for that. And there will be automatically record of data, and automatically report will be generated by the SCADA software. So let's move, because there is a limited time and I have to cover other also. But end of this session, I will have question. If there is no time, you can give to Aziz sir, and he will convey me, and I will for sure, if it is in my knowledge, I will reply for sure. Or I will ask someone if it is not in my knowledge. So this is one graphics for one town. And it show on the pipelines that there is flow meters installed, there is a pressure sensor installed, there is a RTUs are there, and this circular one is called data loggers. It is battery operated devices that have memory and that record the data and send one time in a day. So like that, it is distributed to the city, and you can see here reservoir. Here there will be level transmitters. It will show how much water you have in the city, how much capacity, how much hours you can supply to the city. So this is one example, and you can see there is a tower tank. Also there is a level in the RTUs. So this is for smart cities. This is like that, and in Saudi Arabia it is implemented to all major cities, and in European countries it is implemented very long back. In India, it is in Mumbai and some of the cities, they gave project to French companies, Suez Environment, and one of my friend is working there. So they are doing with municipal corporations some of the projects, but not implemented to complete city. You can see this information from different locations through GSM or GPRS communication. It go to the SCADA. Then there are workstations. It can be at different locations, like cities have south zone, north zone, east zone, and they can take data related to them. There
So
is
what is
a
GSM?
GSM is nowadays not used. Before it was calling. It is like your mobile phone. You dial and it connects, then it sends the data, then it hang up. So before the GPRS technology, we was using GSM here also. Calling it is, but the limitation was that you can dial only one at a time, but in GPRS you can communicate multiple.
Mr. Fahad, I'm sorry, in the last slide you said water, what
Water quality analyzers.
No, water meter is something you said, cyclometry. What was it, previous slides?
Okay, I will go previous. Water cycle telemetry.
What is the telemetry, cycle telemetry? The term I am not getting.
Telemetry is used for the remote communication. This word is used, it means remote. So anything is not local, it is far, it is telemetry.
And cycle telemetry.
No, water cycle is different. Water cycle is complete your water system in the city. Means water is coming, for example, in Aurangabad, it is coming from the pattern, then going to the local water tanks. Then it is going to the different areas, to the homes. This all complete, it is cycle.
Okay, got it. Thank you. We have canals and that water supplier and all, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead, please.
So this is through communication. The data goes to the SCADA system. Then different workstation can be worked. One will be the database, other will be the workstation. Then there is a web server. It can be published, the information can be published through web server to the internet via secure method. And it is possible two-way communication. Means it is not only coming from the field. From the control room, you can access the device and you can see, you can change the configuration set points, or you can see what is the inside device. So it is two-way for the RTOs where there is a power. For battery type, it is two-way, but you can say full duplex, means whenever it will wake up, that time it will take the configuration. It is also possible to send directly SMS to any mobile number. Normally there are managers, and if there is a critical reservoir and huge reservoir in the city, and if there is a drop in water, it is alarm, it is critical situation. So in that scenario, it can be programmed that it will send message to that concerned manager, and he will be known and he will be active. Also, it is possible, for example, for water meters, that every month we program that the end user, the customer, he will know what is his reading, and it will come directly from the device, and there will be no corruption. These are some screens for our one project in Makkah. So in the map, you can see there are different readings and different devices we install to different locations for flow, for pressure, for level, for water quality analyzer. And there are different zones in different colors. Left side, there can be seen one reservoir showing the level, that how much water is there. If it is full, it will be completely blue. If it is half filled, it will show the half filled. There are graphs and trends, and there is a screens for alarm. You can see in 1 month what was the data graph. It will show you. the software. So the SCADA normally stands for Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition System. In simple word, it is graphical representation of the field. Because whatever the sensor will sense about the temperature or pressure, in the computer, this SCADA system, SCADA software will display you the reading, plus it will replicate the field. Whatever is the field, you can make the graphics same. It is not camera system. There are no cameras. These are signals that is coming from the field. So if any device will be faulty or will have the issue, it will affect the reading. Now, I will explain about job opportunities, because especially for those who are students. So automation is very growing field, and it is common all over the world. There are international suppliers like Siemens, ABB, Allen Bradley, Rockwell, Motorola, many other, Schneider. So these suppliers are selling their product all over the world. So if you even work outside India, you can come back to your country and do the same job. If you work in India, you can go outside. So it is very easy for switching countries, for gaining experience. This is first thing. So there are jobs related to automation with suppliers. Second is consultant. If you got enough experience and you can share with the companies, you can become, there are companies, consultancies, like we know there is Tata consultancies. So for automation also there are consultant services. So in those companies, you can get job or you can become freelancer consultant. Third is system integrator or contractors. The companies who take the contract from government or the industries. So these companies also have a lot of jobs and it can be applied there also. Fourth is end user. End user can be industry who is using this technology or the government sector. Even if you are in government sector, you know about the automation, you can lead, you can become a project manager for the automation projects. There are many applications here I listed for major. One is water. Water is everywhere. Then oil and gas. In India also there are number of companies, especially Reliance for oil and gas. Then there are industrial applications. Every industry nowadays you will not find without PLC or without controller. Almost there is a automation everywhere nowadays. The last one I listed, building management system. This is also the growing field. Nowadays there is no, in the big cities especially, there is no any complex, no any big building that have apartments and don't have building management system. Everything nowadays is organized. Now I will show you people, but I am not sure how much time will remain, but I will be fast.
We are running out of time. Do it first.
Okay. I will just show some of the pictures for the executed projects to have the good knowledge.
Mr. Fahad, before that, you know, as Sir Syed College, they are running BCom, BCA courses, and we, Alana Institute in Pune, we run MBA, MCA. Like what additional skill students should require to get into this PLC and SCADA and all?
See, PLC is one area and SCADA is one area. If you can be multi-skill, it is best if you can learn PLC and SCADA both. But if you are focusing SCADA, the computer background people, they can do very good SCADA system. They can work. But they need little knowledge about the electronic systems. But they can do it well. For the field, electrical people are good to understand the field, and they can be a good programmer for PLC. And there is one guy in between, electronic engineer. He can be both sides. He can learn the SCADA and he can learn the PLC. I am also electronic engineer. So these three faculties, whoever have background, they can go ahead to this faculty field. It is open for all, but this is preferred. So
Okay,
let me.
good. That's a great suggestion. Good. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. I will just open some of the executed projects. You are able to see this?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. This is the transmitter for flow meter. Okay, there is one city here, King Abdullah Iconical City, we installed there. You can see on the pipeline, we installed the sensor. This is flow sensor. Okay, and this black pipe coming here, and it is showing the flow. This is flow cubic meter per hour. So this is practical implementation of flow meter. You can see this panel, it is having the RTU here, and this flow meter is connected to this RTU, this remote terminal unit. And from here, it is transmitting over 3G communication to the control room, to SCADA. This is another site. Here also flow meter only. Then here is pressure sensor. You can see here, this pressure sensor is directly installed on the pipe. It will measure the pressure. It will give 4 to 20 milliampere output. It is connected to the RTU and then going to the control room. So these two sensors you saw here. This is panel for that. Here also pressure sensor. Okay. Before there was a gauge like this, but now electronic. Here you can see the screens. It is showing the reading. Then here it is showing the actual graphical representation. Here it is showing there is a pump and you can start and stop remotely. No need a person to go on the field. And there is different graphical representation. If this green means this pump is running and 3 are stopped. There is reservoir and there is a level sensor on that and it is showing the reading. This is one of the executed project. I will show you another one also for the flow meter on the big pipeline. I will show. See, this is the pipeline. It is having diameter around 1.4 meter. We normally excavate and cut it. You can see we cut it. After cutting, this blue one is flow sensor. Here we install the flow sensor. So this is for the pipeline. If it is coming from Patan to Aurangabad, this flow meter can be installed.
That's great.
Then you can see here, there was no electricity, so we installed the solar module here. And there is a flow transmitter inside this panel, this one. And there is a RTU there. So this is underground chamber. We install the flow sensor, then reading coming to here to local display, then connected to RTU, and it is transmitted to the control room. For the power, there is a solar system. Same is here. So this flow meter you saw. For the level, I will show you the picture. You can see this is the reservoir top and this is ultrasonic level sensor installed on that. So it can measure the volume. Second picture will show the RTU and the display for the transmitter for the level sensor. It will show the reading here. This is for the level. It will remain pressure is finished, flow, and this.
But
What?
Mr. Fahad, being if some of the sensor gets failures, so do this device alerts or they tells to the system that we are getting fail, or are some alerts are given?
Some of the sensor it will give some fault signal. Some of the sensor, if it stop working, not giving anything, so it will be normally we configure 4 to 20 milliampere. So if it is healthy, it will give 4 milliampere, that is equal to 0. If it is not healthy, it will give 0 milliampere negative values. So it means there is some fault. So I believe there is a shortage of time. Otherwise, I could show more.
Yes, we are running
I
out
will
of.
conclude now. If there is any question, you can ask.
So basically, I have a question like how SCADA system is getting integrated with the devices and fields.
That I explain that SCADA system not connected directly to the sensors. It is connected to the controllers or PLC, and PLC is connected to the sensor or the transmitter. But nowadays there is a latest technology that instrument can directly send information on certain protocol to the SCADA because it is having inbuilt transmitter. GSM modem it is having inbuilt nowadays. But normally it is connected to the PLC or controller, and PLC and controller is connected to the SCADA.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, any other question?
No, final question. Sorry, I cannot stop. Just one question. ELTC, electronic and tele, it means ENTC engineers have a good demand in this field, right? Electronic and tele.
Yes. Electronic have good demand because these are sensors and electronic devices.
Okay. Because most of the guys you know nowadays go for BE computer science or MCA or BCA. So it means BE electronic telecommunication also have a good demand.
Actually, this is the mistakes of a student that they are studying first and later on they are thinking what they should do. You have to decide first that what you have to do in your life. Then you have to select the engineering.
Yes,
So,
definitely, sir. Session will be very helpful for the student in selecting their careers who are in the beginning, like 11th, 12th, or at BCom level or BCA.
yes,
Sir,
this
is
is
there
one
any latest project going for the sensor?
with me. You are talking about me or in India?
Sir, in India?
In India, there are projects in Bangalore, in Mumbai. As I told you, one of my friend is working, and there is company from France with environment. They are working to atomize the metro cities. But it is a smaller level, still not a large level.
In Bajaj, they have done a complete automation on inventory management system. The trolleys automatically they takes the spare parts, they fill and they put in the truck also. One of my friend, Mr. Mateen Ansari, is a senior manager in Bajaj. So he have shown me that complete system in Pune. So that is also one of the complete automation for inventory. So all trolleys and spare parts, they are having the sensors.
Yes, sure. The automation projects are everywhere in the industry. Some are at small level, some are large level. So anyhow, because I don't want to have more time because the other people are waiting.
Yes,
So
definitely.
if there is any question someone can ask or someone can give to Mr. Aziz later on, I will reply it.
That will be better because we are running out of the time. If you have any question, you
Okay.
can message me. After that, we can convey to Mr. Fahad. And after that, in the group also we'll add him so that we can also have some deeper knowledge from him.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Mr. Fahad. It is a very nice and informative session, but due to lack of time or constraints of time, we stop here. Once again, thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time and sharing the information and your nice presentation. Okay, sir, thank you. Now I hand over the session to Dr. Aziz Abdul. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for inviting me and giving this platform.
Okay, thank you, Fahad. We'll be starting the last session in a few minutes. Okay, very good evening, all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Myself, Dr. Aziz Abdullah, welcomes all you in the last session of veterinary session. We are honored here with the presence of our chief guest, Dr. Ghulam Rambani sir, Director, Dr. Rafi Zakaria, Center for Higher Education and Advanced Research, and our chairperson, Dr. Shamam Parveen, President RECSW, is a guest of honor. Here's my pleasure to introduce the chief guest, Dr. Ghulam Rabbani sir. Presently, he is working as a director of Dr. Rafiq Zakaria Center for Higher Education and Advanced Research. Sir is holding a vast teaching experience. Sir hold the teaching experience of nearly 40 years. He worked as a head of physics and electronic department of Maulana Azad College of Arts, Common Science, Aurangabad. He has served as a BOS chairman of physics and electronics in Dr. Babasaheb Marathwada Ambedkar University for 25 years, and he was the founder chairman BOS of electronics there. Sir was a member of academic council also in the university. He is a life member of Indian Science Congress Association, Indian Physics Association, Indian Association of Physics, and also he is a fellow of IET. He also had a remarkable career in research. 10 students has completed their PhD under his able guidance. He has got published in almost 100 research papers in national as well as international peer review journals. He is an editor board member of international research journals. He has wrote nearly 20 books for UG and PG levels. He has successfully completed 2 research projects. Sir has organized a national and international workshop and seminars. He has attended nearly 200 conferences and seminars of national and international levels. So this was a very brief introduction of our chief guest. Many more things are there, but I just tried to find out very small thing from that only. Going to the next part now. I'm very happy that some participants are interested to give their views. So there are many others. So what we'll do, because we are running out of the time. So what I will do, I will just call 2 or 3 or whatever the time has been permitted from the guest. So first of all, I got 6 names. So I will call Sheikh Maria. to unmute his mic and say something to give the feedback about the seminar. Sheikh Maria. First of all, you should be in a brief. We don't have so much time. First, introduce yourself.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Khadri Maria. Recently, I've completed Masters in CS. I really found it a very useful e-seminar, which is organized by Department of Computer Science and Physics from SSCA. Here is a seminar which gave me a lot of information regarding IoT, big data, and device senses. And sir, I think it's the right time for me to attend a seminar to gain knowledge in this specific field. And inshallah, looking forward to the rest of the courses in this series. And about our speakers, good and exciting lecture of Dr. Jack sir and Fahad sir about IoT and sensor devices. And the Professor Dr. Murtuza sir explained with great simple and high defined understanding examples that we can learn a lot from him, which is based on big data. So much appreciated Dr. Murtuza sir. And attending today's session, I'm very much happy. So because having these kinds of speakers which shares brief details and regarding those topics. So I really thanks for this. And last but not least, once again, thanks to our co-host department, Dr. Aziz sir and Mujib sir for informing about such a great e-seminar. So thank you so much everyone for listening me. Have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Maria. Second is from Jizan, Saudi Arabia. I call upon Afshan Kausar, Assistant Professor in Jazan University, to give their feedback.
Good evening, everyone. I am myself Afshan Kausar from Jazan University Computer Science Department. Today, I was having an opportunity for attending the e-seminar in this pandemic. I appreciated all the efforts taken by the Sir Syed College and Dr. Aziz for organizing such a successful event in this pandemic. Now, the seminar was very helpful and informative. The topic like IoT, sensor devices, and big data, which is the current requirement for today's era. It was very helpful and informative. And I especially thanks all the great speakers from the nation as well as internationally for their brief, innovative ideas sharing with us. Thank you very much.
Ma'am, for your nice compliment. Next, I wish to call Ziauddin from United States Emirates. Is Ziauddin is there? Ziauddin from Dubai. Sorry, he seems to be offline. Next, I wish to call Dr. Sheikh Akhil to give his view. Dr. Akhil, sir. So your voice is not coming.
Voice is not audible.
Sorry, sir, not for reply, maybe due to some technical issue, but it's now I am online.
Just Ziauddin, just wait.
Okay.
4 minutes, I will call you. Akhil, sir, we are not getting your voice. Akhil, just check. We'll call the next participants. Ziauddin, you can speak now.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Walaikum salam.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time since I left India. I don't know, can my photos display or not?
Yeah.
Yes, we are able to see you.
You look quite handsome. You look quite handsome.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, I can see my face. Yes, now I can see my face. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Assalamu alaikum to everyone. It's very my pleasure to attend this meeting after, like I left India since 2004, and I'm very happy to meet Aziz sir and Azhar sir and Asif sir and everyone. It's my really a good day for me after very, very long, like around 16 years, a period of not meeting or like Sursat College. It is my starting of my journey. I'm doing BSc Computer Science, and mashallah, I get full support from all teachers, Azhar sir, Aziz sir, Asif sir, and everyone in Sursat College. We are like a family. We are like become like a family. And alhamdulillah, like whenever I get supported from everyone, or even from my colleague, Jawed and Razwan and everyone I get supported. It was really very good day I've attended in India, especially in Sir Syed College. And whenever I speak, it will not cover whatever I feel. I'm very happy, alhamdulillah, to meet you all again after this time, long time of this, but alhamdulillah, and thank you very much for Aziz sir for giving me this chance to attend this conversation.
Definitely.
Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy to see all of you well and healthy. And I hope everyone take care because of COVID-19. And please stay healthy and take care, all of you. Take care of your health and for yourself.
Thank you, Jayuddin. Jayuddin was our student. In 2004, he left India. But due to this seminar, he got contact with us.
Yes, yes, alhamdulillah.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Jayuddin.
much. Thank you very much.
Be in touch like this also. This is just the beginning, not the ending. We got in touch after a very long time, but the journey should start now. You should not have a pause in between this after that. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
So I call upon Akhil sir now. Is he able to audible? Dr. Akhil sir. I think it seems to be some problem with Akhil sir. Anyone from the audience want to give the feedback? Okay, so we'll move further now. With great respected dignities and dear participants, I now humbly request our today's chief guest, Dr. Gulab Rabbani sir, to guide us then. Dr. Gulab Rabbani sir. Sir, can you hear me? So your mic is off, sir.
I think his mic is disabled.
So your mic is disabled.
Please unmute your mic.
You unmute your mic, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
So your voice is coming.
Yeah, you are audible now.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
audible.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So then I will start. Respected Dr. Shamama Parmeen, the young, dynamic chairperson of the Raipur Educational, Cultural and Educational Society. My friend, Dr. Sheikh Kabir Ahmed, Principal, Sir Syed College. Dr. Bin Nasser Aziz, Head Department of Computer Science. My friend, Dr. Asif Karim, Head Department of Physics. Dr. Muhammad Azhar, Vice Principal, Sir Syed College. All the committee members, staff, and dear participants. A very good evening. At the outset, I pray to Allah for maghfirat of Honorable Professor Tilawat Ali Sahab Marhum, the founder, chairman of Rahbar Educational, Cultural and Welfare Society, Aurangabad, and the first principal of Sir Syed College, Aurangabad. I know Professor Tilawat Ali since 1980, when I joined Maulana Azad College as a senior lecturer. He was my senior colleague there. Our chemistry met together and we became close friends. I learned many things in every walk of life from him. His life was full of struggle. During this period of struggle, he started Sir Syed College of Arts, Commerce and Science in this densely populated locality for the education of poor, particularly Muslim girls who were not able to go to the colleges away from their homes. He not only just started this college, but developed it into an institution of excellence. Because of this, I call him as Sir Syed of Marathwada. Today, this college caters to the need of poor students from all communities, particularly the girl student, feel very safe here as the college is located in the closely populated area of the city. Now, Dr. Shamama Parveen is leading the college from front with an aim to take the institute to the new heights. I keep on record her sincere efforts in uplifting the institute and keeping updated with the latest development that is evident from conducting e-conferences, seminars, and webinars on various subjects, even in this period of pandemic. These webinars keep the college and the staff connected with the society and help to create awareness regarding not only the pandemic, but also the latest development around the world. Today's international e-seminar on Internet of Things technology, sensor devices, and big data is also a part of it. Today, different experts like Dr. Muhammad Arif, Dr. Kihiko, Dr. Junaid, and Engineer Fahad have deliberated the topic in depth. As evident from the deliberations, that coming decade is going to be a major contribution from Internet of Things. And data. The speakers have enlightened the importance of things, which that there is going to be an important role of Internet of Things, which will strengthen the remote access to system and data. This is also helpful in remotely monitoring, controlling, different data. The modernization has brought about lot of changes, and international marketing agencies have their client base all around the world. The information and data arising from their clients and inventory is huge in size. Hence, conventional database and database handling techniques are not strong enough to cater to the need of such a huge data. Thus, new concepts of big data is evolving and better approaches are being introduced and developed under the name of big data. The new trend of remote monitoring and control strongly relies on the use of various types of sensors. These sensors gather the information related to a given system or set of conditions and translate them into digital information that is sent over the internet to a server or authentic users. Therefore, for acquiring data on different system process sensors, are being used and their pre-processing approaches are developed to efficiently handle the task. This has resulted in boom in the field of sensors to make them more efficient and reliable for use in the field of remote monitoring and control and for the purpose of integration in Internet of Things. The implementation of Internet of Things technologies in combination with sensors and big data have improved the quality of life to a greater extent in every walk of life. I congratulate the chairperson of the society, Dr. Shamama Parveen, principal of the college, Dr. Sheikh Kabir Ahmed, and the staff for successful organization of the e-seminar, and extend my best wishes for further development of the institute. With this, I thank to the organizers for inviting and making me a part of this great e-seminar. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, dear sir, for your precious word. We shall always keep your suggestions, and whatever you have guided, will keep in our mind also. What we can do, we can just pray for you. I pray, Almighty God, may you success like a star. May your fame go far. Is before coming to the ending of the session, just I want to give some instructions to the participants. And what I'm doing now, I will be sharing the screen so that they can also able to see what instruction they have to do after the out of tank. Out of tank is the last step. Just you must have seen that, or you're able to see that after the ending of this program, that is out of thanks, there will be feedback link will be provided immediately after this validity program. What you have to do that, kindly put your full name as required on your certificate and correct email ID. in the feedback form, because your certificate will be e-certificate that will be sent to your email IDs, and whatever the name you have put now in the feedback form, that name will be displayed on your certificate. It's a mandatory to put all that thing. And what we feel that there is a feedback form, so give the take at least take 2 minutes or 3 minutes to fill up the form. Just does not take few seconds to fill up it, because we want your real feedback, not just like click the feedback is over, just writing the name. Because what we are doing, we want to see what we have done and what are your output and what you suggest for that one. So it will be good for us also. E-certificate will be issued to you all the participants within the 4 days, because the thing is that we have more than 400 plus certificate has to be issued. So we will be starting the issuing the certificates from the night only. So what we feel that 3 to 4 days will be required. So there are 2 groups for that one. We ensure that all the participants will be getting the certificate on the behalf of Sir Syed College and the organizing committee. I assure you that all will get the certificate. It will take the time because more participants are there, so we have to wait. If anything is there, you can just message in the group, or our numbers, or you can call us. Just wait for 3 days, but just happen that your friend may get the certificate tonight and you're not getting the certificate, so it will take the time 3 to 4 days. And after that, some papers are to be published here. Research paper will be published in the International Journal of Innovative Research in Multidiscipline Field, and it will be published on 31st of December. So after on 31st December, it will be published. So what we'll do, we'll be sending on your email IDs all that your papers, plus the separate certificate again will be sent to you after 31st only. The participants who have submitted their research papers. And one thing many was asking about this, sir, there was connectivity issue, we missed the session and like this. So one thing is that the video recording of the whole seminar is available on the YouTube channel of our college. It is Sir Syed College Aurangabad. You just go to the YouTube, write this one, Sir Syed College Aurangabad. What will happen? Our channel is there. On this channel, everything from the morning to till evening, it is recorded. You can just see that. One thing we want to announce that there is again one international seminar of e-seminar on advances in material science and nanotechnology, which is scheduled on 7th of January 2021. Kindly you can register or you can forward to also. So this is a feedback link. At the same thing, this feedback link I will be sharing in the group. On both the group I will be sharing. You just have to click it and fill up. And what I have mentioned previously also, put your real feedback.
Sir, kindly send this link on a chat box here in the Zoom.
Yes, sir, definitely, definitely.
Because in the picture, we can't click on your link now, right now.
Sir, no problem. I will sending this thing on your group also. We have a 2 groups.
Yeah, if you can send in the chat here now, Zoom.
Yes, no problem, sir.
Okay,
I will
thank
send
you
on
very
the
much.
chat
Thank
also. I will be sending on the group also, and I will sending this everything on the emails also, so that whatever is good for you can access for that one. So before ending this session, I will handing the session to the Dr. Mohammad Azharuddin, our Vice Principal, for the vote of thanks. So I call upon or invite Dr. Sheikh Mohammad Azharuddin to propose a vote of thanks.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay. Honorable dignitaries, professors, teachers, researchers, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I thank God for affording us the opportunity to get together. Allah says in Holy Quran, chapter 16, verse 125, invite all to the way of your Lord with wisdom and beautiful preaching, and argue with them in ways that are best and most gracious. It gives me immense pleasure this evening to propose vote of thanks to our eminent guests joining us in this international e-seminar on IoT technology, sensor devices, and big data. Listening to the beautiful talks, as Dr. Ghulam Rabbani has said, has been really an enlightening experience for all of us. On behalf of Sir Syed College, I thank our esteemed chief guest, the friend, philosopher, and guide, Dr. Ghulam Rabbani, Director, Dr. Rafiq Zakaria Center for Higher Learning and Advanced Research. We are grateful to him for his valuable guidance. Sir, your presence here today means a lot for all of us. Thank you for all. Thank you for all you have done. Your support is comparable to none. It is gratifying to see that the guest of honor, the president of Rahbar Educational, Cultural and Welfare Society, Dr. Shamama Parveen, has spared her valuable time to be with us today. her support and inspiring guidance to our institution are of immense value for all of us. I pay my sincere thanks to the keynote speaker, Dr. A.R. Khan, Head Department of Computer Science, Maulana Azad College, for delivering the informative keynote address to cover the overall theme of the seminar. I hope all of you will join me in to share the privilege of wishing him a long, happy, healthy, and a prosperous life. We are grateful to the resource persons and the speakers, Dr. Jack Kiko from Kenya, Dr. Muhammad Arif, Dr. Muhammad Murtuza Junaid Farooq, both from Oman, and Honorable Fahad Abdullah from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, for they have given their valuable talks and suggestions to grace the occasion. I express my sincere gratitude to the principal of Sir Syed College, Dr. Sheikh Kabir Ahmed, for his spirit of cooperation. We offer our best wishes and greetings to the convener of seminar, Dr. bin Nasir Aziz Abdullah, and the co-convener, Dr. Sheikh Asif Karim, for the success of the seminar. We bestow our gratitude to the teaching and non-teaching staff of Sir Syed College for the generous support. To make this international seminar a big success. Last but not least, we appreciate the sincerity and enthusiasm of the dynamic students, technologists, IT engineers, and the researchers from various states of India and abroad. On this occasion, let us not forget to the contribution and sacrifices of the founder of Sir Syed College, who is supposed to be the Sir Syed of Marathwada, late Professor Muhammad Tilawat Ali, in taking Sir Syed College to the appreciable heights. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you all for allowing me the time. May you all have the most enjoyable time. Thanks one and all. Goodbye. I declare that this valedictory session is over now. Thanks for your cooperation.
The feedback link is shared in the chat room, in all the groups. You can start filling the feedbacks, and you will getting the certificate from today itself. Once again, thank you to all the participants for joining our one-day international e-seminar of IoT, sensors, and big data. Thank you for.
Thank you very much, sir.